with you today. So Nick, tell me, how are you?
I'm good. I've actually lost weight, so I'm feeling very, very good. Right now.
Have you seen those memes around that says you're either gonna like come out of this like super buff or like really overweight?
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually, I've got some friends who've been motivating me because they specifically are like, we're not going to gain any weight. So they've been exercising every day. And I think I've lost 12 pounds. So I feel real good.
Awesome. So is that kind of like what you're focusing on right now to keep your mind healthy?
Most definitely. Like almost every day I'll go on I live kind of out in the country. So, or towards the country, I should say. And so every day I can do like a 5-mile walk past all these horse farms. So that's really nice. I'll do some push-ups at the house and some pull-ups, and I've just been eating better. Actually, my wife and I, since we're not going out to eat, we're making pretty good food decisions at home. So I'm feeling good mentally and physically right now, honestly. So
is your wife a good cook?
She's an amazing cook. I mean, she's really good, and she has no problem cooking. I am actually one of those men that joke around. It's not really a joke. If I ask my wife to make a sandwich, she makes a sandwich, not because she's subservient or anything else. She just likes to cook, and she likes to cook for me. So, yeah, I'm on the winning side of.
Nice.
Well, yeah. So, how are you doing?
I'm good. They lifted the stay-at-home order on Monday for us here, so that was good. I still am working from home.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, considering everything, I'm ready for things to go back to, I mean, not the way they were, but like the somewhat normal, I guess, some normalcy. Honestly, this has become the new normal, working from home. So I don't know what I'm expecting.
Right. Do you like working from home?
I really do, actually. Yeah. Before this all started, I actually worked from home 2 days a week anyways.
Oh, nice.
So I really like working from home.
Yeah, I like it too. I think a lot of people have probably been getting used to it because they have children. Britt and I have been working together from home for the last 3 years. So for us, it's not been much of a, it's pretty much the same thing. I just don't get to go to the gym. That's it. And we're not eating out or visiting friends. So otherwise our life has not been too much different.
So Nick, I know that a lot of people in the industry know who you are because you had a ton of trade shows with us. I see you all of the time. But for those who don't know who you are you? What do you do? Where are you from?
My name is Nick Hahn. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, but I grew up in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. I was an active duty combat arms Army veteran. I graduated from Auburn University with a degree in business administration. I was the head of marketing at Pioneer Pro DJ for 5 years, and then I moved to promo only in 2006 and have been the director of marketing and sales since then. I am a DJ who has been fortunate enough to play in every major metropolitan area in the U.S. I've played in 3 different countries and in the world's largest nightclub in front of 10,000 people. I played Coachella and Ultra. And I've just been very blessed and lucky. I'm not that great. I'm just lucky.
So Nick, with the DJ aspect of it, do you own your own company or do you DJ for a different company?
Basically, I'm one of those DJs. I've never worked for, I did work briefly for an agency out of Miami that was having us booked at guest retail outlets. But that was like towards the end of my time living in Florida. Before then, I went 17 years DJing without even a website. Every single bit of my business was a referral. And I'm not a wedding DJ. I've done a few weddings. I'm not talented enough to handle the MC portion of that. So I've always been more of a club rave or festival type DJ. So my experience is a little bit different. I have done special events like most of the people probably who tune into this, but nothing compared to what your average special event / mobile DJ does. So
Nick, are you seeing any trends right now online? I kind of made this kind of like the virtual week, talking about virtual events, hybrid events and whatnot. So I know that because you're on social media a lot, and you know a lot of people in the industry. Are you seeing any trends right now?
Yeah, actually, there's some folks. I mean, obviously, we're seeing a lot of DJs going live, and they're running into the problems with going in it by going live for, services like Facebook or even Twitch, who's having to mute portions of your performance later due to copyright. But I am seeing some guys come up with some clever stuff. Some folks are hosting this on their individual apps. And I hate to give an illegal competition a plug, but I'm going to. BPM Supreme has been hosting stuff on their app for, like this week is their dance music week, and they're interviewing folks, or people are doing sets. Other folks are finding different ways. It's not just about the streaming live. Some folks like Ron Ruth Ron did this amazing, I don't know, kind of like a think tank series where basically he was getting DJs, him and Ben and Peter Mary were getting together with people, I believe, on Wednesdays or Thursdays. And they were all just kind of brainstorming on different ideas. Like some people were doing online bingo. And I thought, wow, what a great idea. I see Rob Thorpe, one of my customers, he's been doing online trivia. I see people like Eric Wilson getting from Good Guy Entertainment, getting his daughters involved. And I think one of the amazing things out of this quarantine is it's opened up people's minds to additional possibilities for revenue streams. Mm-hmm. And it's not just the live virtual stuff. I think some of these guys, I think Eric this weekend is doing a drive-in event. So it's not all just the online stuff, the virtual stuff, but because of some of the virtual stuff, these guys are coming up with real world solutions as well. Rob Foray doing his drive-by DJ stuff. And
I love that.
I'm really inspired by the amount of, there's certain DJs who've just kind of given in to despair. And I feel sorry for those folks. I understand it. But then there's other guys, like I said, Robbie Britton, Eric, Rob Foray, and there's a whole host, Jeff Caslin, doing different things, trying to do outside the box thinking when it comes to. Jeff was doing online streaming of local bands that play polka, and he was getting 100 viewers at a time. You know what I'm saying? So he was thinking, and he's not getting pulled down because that stuff's not, copyright. There's no content ID system for those things. And I'm sure those artists actually appreciate the exposure. So overall, I guess what I'm most excited about is the fact that DJs are trying to use this, not necessarily to the advantage, but they're making lemonade. You know what I'm saying? Life has been giving them lemon after lemon after lemon. I don't know if you saw today, but apparently in Michigan, 2 dams weren't able to contain water, so they've had to evacuate 10,000 people. It's like every month with murder hornets and COVID and Australian wildfires, and it's always something. So it's nice to see DJs taking the advantage of this time to come up with something new and try to make the best of a bad situation.
So Nick, do you think that, once the world starts opening back up, that you're going to see this as part of future events or, industry standards, that sort of thing? Or do you think it's going to fizzle out?
No, I don't. I actually think some of these folks, like Danny Brewer is another guy, and Rob, like I said, Robbie, they've been coming up with all sorts of things that I actually feel like can be transitioned over back to, I don't want to call it the new normal. Everybody hates that new term, but that's basically what it is. When that actually happens, some folks are still going to be like, hey, we kind of want to do this. We want to keep our distance, we want to keep it. And I definitely think that some of these folks, especially the folks who are doing things with nursing homes, I can't remember who I talked to yesterday, but somebody was telling me that one of our customers works software for nursing homes. And the reason that they're slammed right now, because basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to get, this type of interaction between family members and the elderly in those homes to be able to talk, but they're not set up for that kind of thing. But at the same token, people like Carl Detkin are doing events either outside the elderly community's windows, or they're doing streaming events. I think this stuff is going to continue to happen. They're not going to be able to maximize revenues probably as much, but outside the DJ industry, my wife yesterday joined her 2 of her sisters and about 30 something others. and they paid this woman $5 to give them an hour-long workout class. So the woman probably made somewhere between $150 to $200 doing workouts. Why wouldn't she do that for folks who don't want to leave their homes? Yeah, I definitely think that this stuff is going to stay around. And I actually have enjoyed it. Like John Young's Chill Lounge. I love that. I hope he never takes it down. I don't visit it every night, but every couple of weeks I'll hang out in there for a few hours, and it's just the people in there are great. The conversation is really good. Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff is here to stay. And whether it actually makes people money or not, that might not be the issue. It might just be, something to keep your name on the thoughts of others, a branding exercise.
Mm-hmm. So Nick, I know that you mentioned that you are the marketing director for Promo Only, and most people know what Promo Only is. Do you want to touch on that in case there are people watching that don't know what Promo Only is?
Yes, we are a music and music video promotion service, also known as a record pool. We are a legitimate and licensed record pool. We've been in business as of June of this year. It will be 28 years. Gosh, I mean, it's amazing to think about, but yeah, I mean, we basically we focus less on club and more on special events. We have explicit material, but we try to make our content as clean, as high quality as possible for mobile DJs, especially those who are extremely serious about their products. And we work with a variety of industry partners, Guitar Center, Serato, Pioneer, Sweetwater, NLFX, Mainline Audio. I mean, we like to deal with customers. We're very customer service focused, a lot like NLFX is. We are just basically run by DJs for DJs and radio stations and entertainment venues. So we cover a lot of ground. We service Disney, Universal, the Armed Forces Network, XM Sirius, Carnival Cruise Lines, a lot of different places. So, and about 29,000 DJs.
Looks like Nick says thank you for the platinum content upgrade this month.
Oh, yeah. Our pleasure, man. Right now, I mean, we try to lower prices on our releases so we can keep the lights on like anybody else that's out there. All of us, without our customers, we're not in business. So, anything that we can do to help keep our customers on board and actually keep them busy and prepared for when things come back. I mean, things are starting to come back in certain states. I've seen this last week, probably, 10 DJs talk about a gig that they're doing in the next week or two. So that's good. But I also want to remind people, it's like, if you're in one of the hot spots, please keep in mind, we don't want to go back in quarantine. So anything that you can do to make sure that we don't do that, please. So
Nick, are you streaming at all? I think we touched base on this where you're not really doing a lot of streaming yourself, right?
No, I'm not. I mean, in all honesty, I'm not I'm a programming type of DJ who mixes. I don't do a lot of scratching. I don't think it's, for me personally, I don't think a lot of people would care. There's a million other DJs out there who are technically more gifted than me. I would watch a Digital Dave Lander Digital Dave from Club Killers. He's great to watch. Jason Jani is great to watch. And then you've got, your standards like Jazzy Jeff and folks like that. But honestly, if you wanted to listen to something I would do, I would give you some Mixcloud links or a SoundCloud link. But me going live, it's boring to watch. I'm just sitting there pushing a button and moving a knob.
So you said you're programming, right? You like programming. So what's the nerdiest thing that you do in your spare time?
Oh God, the nerdiest thing I do?
Yeah.
I collect comic books. And records. I have about 5,000 albums. I don't know how many singles, and probably several thousand comic books. That's pretty nerdy. I mean, I guess I love comic books, and yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have anything that's nerdier than that. Is there anything nerdier than that?
I mean, it depends.
Okay.
For me,
I don't care though. I'm not ashamed of it. Like
no, for me, no, I think I would say that's pretty nerdy, but also technical things too. Some people think are nerdy. Like Ben. For example, is a nerd.
Ben is science nerd. He's useful nerd. I'm not. People like Bill make things happen. People like me sit on ass and read comic books. That's pretty much all it is. So, what are you nerdy about? What's your nerdy thing?
Oh, you're breaking up just a little bit. Okay.
What
was the question?
What is your nerdy thing?
Oh, goodness. After I talked to Howie Darkstar, I started reading product manuals.
I read but you don't just read them for fun. You read them.
No, I don't read them for fun. But I must say, I am one of the people that probably didn't read many product menus until I had a problem, and then I would try to find it. But now I'm like reading them before I even start. So thank you, Howie, for that.
Don't you think though? I mean, I've been doing that my entire DJ career. It seems like if you do that, you don't have to ask questions. Yes. Does that make? Do you feel Absolutely. That?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you read it, you essentially know everything there's to know about the product at hand. Right. So I totally. Yeah, that's my new nerdy thing to do is to read all the product manuals I mean, I have gone back and read product manuals of like stuff that I bought like a year ago.
Right. Oh no, I get that. I mean, just like you said, just so you know the product a lot better, and it's those books that Ableton doesn't produce them, but they're called Ableton Power, and they go all the way up. But basically, that's a product manual for the book. It takes or for the software. The software doesn't come with a product manual, but you're able to learn it as you go just by reading the book. And I love it. I think it's great. QuickStart Guides, they're awesome if you want to get up and running. You don't really care how it works, but I like to know how things work. So.
See, that's pretty nerdy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, only because if I understand how it works, then I'm not asking, questions that turn out being a user error, but I will say like Roland is a prime example. Like I hated, and this isn't on the DJ side, this is on their synthesizer side. I had the SH-101 synthesizer, and man, that manual was so difficult. Like it didn't really help me, and I ended up getting rid of the product. But Korg, their Electrode series, I had all of them, and I loved them, and I was very proficient, at using all of them because their user manuals were so friendly and step by step. They walked you through it appropriately. I love. Yeah, now you got me saying that. I might go read a manual today.
Right? That's on your task list today. Nick, are you a DC or Marvel comic fan?
Well, I like Marvel, but I also like Image. I'm a huge Image fan. And actually, I'm not. Marvel's kind of let me down lately. DC does have some great storylines, but Image, Saga, East of West, Invincible, anything Jonathan Hickman touches is gold. Anything Mark Millar writes is amazing. Anything Neil Gaiman or Robert Kirkman write is just, they're great stories. If you like The Walking Dead, you like Robert Kirkman, if you liked Wanted with Angelina Jolie and Morgan Freeman, you like Mark Millar. If you like American Gods or Good Omens, you like Neil Gaiman. Like all these guys are writing amazing stories that are getting licensed for TV and for movies. And I think that's what I like. It's not the comics themselves anymore. It used to be the artwork. Now it's the storyline. The storylines are just so incredible. So
did you watch The Walking Dead then, or are you watching it?
I did watch it up to, it just got to a point where the first season past the introduction of Negan is kind of where I fell off. I'll probably go back and watch them eventually. It's just got to the point where it's like, man, I've been following this series for so long, and there's so many other things on TV to watch, and I really shouldn't be watching as much TV as I'm watching anyway, no, that was a long answer for a short question. And no, I haven't been watching it enough lately, but okay. Yeah. Do you?
I was pretty hardcore fan the first, I don't know, probably 5 seasons.
Right.
And then after that, but now they have like the Skinwalkers, I think it's called. I'm not sure, whatever they're called, but yeah, that was last season. It got pretty intense again. It got pretty good. So I actually just started watching it on and off last season.
Maybe I'll go back and watch it. It's one of those things I can watch without my wife around. She after the Negan scene with the baseball bat, the very first, she was like, I'm done. She's like, it's too much for me. So that'll be good for when she's something I can watch when she's working on music or something, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to ask what your wife does.
Oh, she's the creative director for Promo Only, but she's also a singer-songwriter who has written, I think, 3 different songs with Morgan Page, 2 with JCO, a bunch with the Addictions, and she's been working on some of her own individual projects. In fact, she just sold or licensed. She didn't sell. She just licensed 2 of her songs for Nike. She's got a new one out that she just put out. It's a great divorce song. It's called Goodbye. And if you're looking for it, it's in Promo Only's pool. If you're a DJ, you can email me at djnickjames@yahoo.com and I'll send you a link to download it. But yeah, she's incredible. My wife is awesome. She's way better than I deserve. So anybody that's out there trying to rush into marriage, wait. I waited until I was 38 and I'm so glad I did.
Guys, we do have a few more minutes left. If you have questions, write them in the comments. I am monitoring them as we speak. So I guess my next question for you, Nick, is do you have, I don't know, any final thoughts for DJs in the industry right now?
Yeah, I do. Guys, I'm not going to, there's a lot of industry leaders out there telling you everything's going to be fine. We're all going to get back to the same place. And they're right. They're 100% right. But the thing is you have to be ready for it. You can't be sitting around on your resting on your laurels thinking that you should be out there actively doing something to promote your business, even if it's, these Facebook live streams or hitting up old customers just to see how they're doing. Not trying to sell anybody anything necessarily. But selling, if you know that there are brides looking to schedule for 2021, go ahead and do it. But music organization, that's key. Get that done. Get your gear tuned up. Find out what you need. If you don't have, what is that? Ben has actually sold me 2 of them. The mother of all cable testers. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, moats for short. And we are actually all out right now.
Okay. Well, if you've got one of those, if you're smart like me, I bought one for my wife and I bought one for her brother, who's also a musician. Test all your cables. Go ahead and do all the things that you put off all the time. Test them. Buy new cables. Ben, y'all make cables, right? Don't y'all make some of the best cables in the business? Yeah. Stuff you made for us for Promo Only was great. Get that stuff handled now. Clean your gear. Dust it off. Test it out. Make sure everything's working. And then, tune in to some of these like Brian Red and Jay Brannon. They talk about stuff all the time about tracks. Update your library. Go out and buy some new stuff. Do some stuff for you. Have some fun. Practice though too. I actually set up some stuff here not too long ago because I haven't played in a while, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm a little rusty." You know what I'm saying? Like I need to practice some more. So definitely, yes, things are going to come back. But the only people who are going to survive it are the people who are prepared. If you don't get prepared, you're going to be left behind. So get up, get off your bottoms. Go out to your garage, clean stuff up, test it out, fire up your computer, optimize it. I don't want to hear anybody saying, can I use Catalina, a month from now? It's like, you should have figured that out now. So, that is what I recommend. You cannot be over prepared for all this.
We have a lot of people right now, a lot of people doing custom panels. So they're taking their stuff, they're going through it, and then they're creating the custom panel for the back of their case, which I think is great.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, it's a lot of custom panels right now.
Don't you guys, well, I know you do because Kat has done them for me, gobos. You got gobos as well, and they're actually pretty cost effective. We've used them for summer sessions and for our One Music Avenue event that we do down in Miami. That's something else DJs may think about. And then Jim Weiss, who also works for Promo Only, he owns something called Projectogram. Go out and check out some of these businesses that you may not be subscribed to. DJ Event Planner, Vibo, Michael Mahler's Vibo. These are things. If you've wondered about these services, you can go and check them out right now. Sometimes they may actually give you DJ Intelligence. These are all things that are going to help your business. Umang Patel has one too. it's not Evernote. What's it called? Cloverleaf. It's another customer retention software. That type of stuff you cannot. Learning it now and being ready is very important. So I definitely think that type of stuff. The Gobos though, for you guys, I hope y'all are promoting those because DJs do need those. Honestly though, I don't see a lot of people asking for them anymore, but I know they need them because for weddings and whatnot. So
I think a lot of people they're using the Gobos, but they're also doing a lot of motion monograms with the projectors and stuff.
Right. So. Yeah. Do y'all do that as well?
Yep. Well, we don't offer the actual motion monogram, but we do sell the projectors and the stands and stuff. So. Right.
Oh, Shannon just commented, Umang Patel. It's called Clover Book. So sorry about that. I want to make sure I got that right.
But, I threw it up on the screen too.
So what else is what else are y'all running out of stock of? What are DJs seeming to be rushing for besides streaming stuff? I know that's
a lot of streaming stuff. A lot of custom cables, a lot of custom panels. We have an RCF special going on right now, which has been pretty popular because for RCF to go on sale, I think we're doing 25% off. Wow. It's kind of unheard of.
Yeah. That's super crazy.
Yeah.
And I have seen some DJs comment before, especially earlier on during the pandemic. They were saying, these companies are out of touch. They're trying to sell DJ gear. And it's like, well, first of all, these companies and their dealers have to make money to keep them in business. And then second of all, me personally, let's say a hurricane came through and wiped out Prom Only. Well, I've been saving for 20 years. If that should happen, I've put myself in a financial position to where I feel like I can weather this storm pretty well. And I'd like to take advantage of some of that stuff. So, 25% off RCF to me is very attractive, knowing full well that, later on in the year, prices are going to go back to normal and they're going to have a much harder time doing sales because they're making up for lost revenues. So, I'm glad to see that some of these manufacturers are stepping up and giving you guys a bit of a price break to help keep y'all in business and also make things easier for the DJs who are monetarily stacked enough to be able to take advantage of it. So,
right.
Yeah.
And I think there's a point where, when it first happened, like you said, there were comments about companies out of touch and whatnot. I empathize with DJs because my husband is a DJ as well. So, we're going through the same exact thing as everyone else. So I totally get it. And the specials that we're running, in my opinion, are things that people can use right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, from the manufacturers, they're giving us this break as well. So I think it's really awesome too.
Yeah, right now is the time for folks not necessarily trying to be greedy, but to try to keep their employees employed. And so many different businesses have had to cut. Inside the DJ world, have had to cut staff. And sometimes I feel like DJs don't get it. Like we're exactly like you. You know what I'm saying? Like we have the same exact stressors. We have this, and I am a DJ. Your husband's a DJ. There's, wait, did you say boyfriend or husband?
Husband.
Okay, all right. So what does he do? Is he a special events DJ or is he a club DJ?
We do mostly weddings.
Okay, so you help him out.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Do you DJ or are you tech?
I have before. I fill in. It's not a regular thing for me, but I'll fill in when needed.
Oh, cool. Well, how long have you been doing that?
I've been with him and his company for about 6.5 years.
Oh, cool. So yeah. You got job security too. You married the owner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Well, what are we sending out? We've got the email blast ready for you guys, but I don't know if you saw our post on Facebook. We're in the middle of moving our offices. Mm-hmm. What's the special that we're running for you guys? I actually haven't looked at the blast. Britt got it finished, but I haven't looked at it yet. Do you know?
I looked at it yesterday. I proofed it yesterday. We have some EV stuff, RCF, and DB technologies.
Okay. Good. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at this real quick. Sorry, I'm pulling it up. Britt actually did the email blast, and she just sent it to me. So oh wow, the ELX 200s, huh? Yeah, y'all got a lot of stuff. Okay, this is going to be good. And 6 months, 0% interest financing. That's great. See, that's what I love about you guys. You guys are actually trying to help out folks while staying in business. That's y'all been one of my favorite partners to work with, simply just because of the customer service and the truth behind the customer service. It's not, I don't know anybody at your company that seems fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is authentic and full of integrity. I love it. So
we're a pretty genuine company for sure.
Yeah, I love it. It's Minnesota.
So Nick, final question. My son, who is 9, he'll actually be 10 on the 30th of this month. He gives me the final question to ask each week. And this week it is, when you're old, because he's 10 and he thinks everyone in their 20s is old, right?
Right.
When you're old, what do you think your kids or grandchildren are going to ask you to tell stories about?
Definitely my Army days. That's what I used to tell I used to ask my grandparents, both my granddaddies, all 3 of my granddaddies. I would ask them about the Army, and that didn't stop until all of them passed away. You know what I mean? Like, I loved hearing stories about them being in the service. Never really asked them anything else. You know, I didn't ask them about when they were a kid or anything. It was always about the Army. So I have a feeling that's what it would be. Maybe DJing stuff. I don't know. It just depends on if they're interested in that. But the Army stuff, I think that kids just in general are pretty interested in that. So that's probably what it would be. So what's your son want to be when he grows up?
Well, right now he wants to be a DJ. So
he can definitely do that. And he's definitely got the end to get started early. So
yeah, but I think he changes his mind so often. That was like last week, like this week. Who knows what it'll be next week? I mean,
well, he's got plenty of time to figure it out.
Yeah. All right, guys, that is it for today. We actually have another episode at noon Central with Chad Blackburn, where we are going to be talking about virtual karaoke shows. So I'm really excited about that, to know how he does it and everything that's involved. And I want to thank you, Nick, for joining me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody in Washington. And thank you for having us, Katie. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. And we'll see you guys in a bit.
All right. Bye-bye.